welcome back to my channel Avanti Morocha. This video is sponsored by Cricut. In this video I will explain what it means to cut, print and cut, width, score and more. Now let's begin. I will use these designs to explain what is cut, print and cut, width, transfer and score. As you can see in the layer panel, I only have one layer and the operation is a basic cut. This operation can be done with Cricut Joy, Cricut Maker or Cricut Explore. I'm going to use Cricut Joy. Click on Make It. Based on the material you are using, you can use Cricut Joy with or without a mat. I'm going to use cardstock, so I'm going to select on mat. Done. Continue. Select the material. Depending on the machine you are using, the list of materials will vary. Keep in mind Cricut Joy doesn't cut thicker material. I will use medium weight cardstock, load the fine point blade and load the mat. I fast forwarded this part of the video. The process of cutting this piece took 15 seconds. Now I will show you what it means to print and cut. When you are using this operation, you will need an inkjet printer. This operation is only available in Cricut Explore and Cricut Maker. This operation is not available in Cricut Joy. When you are using your Cricut machine to print and cut, there is a maximum area to print. This is 925 by 675 inches. That is equivalent to 23.5 by 17.2 centimeters. Since this is only an example, I'm printing in a small area. I will use Cricut Explore. Click on Make It. The lines you see around the design are the registration marks. Cricut used them as guides to later cut the design. Click on Continue. Select Cricut Explore 2. I have the dial of my machine on Custom. Now click on Send to Printer. I will use my home printer. If you want to use your printer settings, activate this button. I'm going to click on Print. I prefer to use Cricut printable vinyl to make stickers. Cricut also has sticker paper, but it's too thick and it doesn't work with my printer. I'm using my HP printer. I don't recommend this printer because the ink is pricey. If you are in the market for a printer, I recommend getting one that fits the paper from the top. As you can see, the print includes the registration marks. Now that the print is done, select the material. I will click on Browse All Materials. I'm going to select a custom material, AM printable vinyl, which has a pressure of 200. I've already loaded the fine point blade and now I will load the mat. As you can see, the dial is set to custom. Load the mat and start the job. The first thing the machine is going to do is to read the registration marks. I fast forward this part of the video. The process of cutting these pieces took 1 minute. If you want to learn more about making stickers, check my video about it. I will cut this image in adhesive vinyl to explain what widthing is and how to perform the transfer. A basic cut can be done in Cricut Joy, Cricut Maker or Cricut Explore. I will use Cricut Maker. Click on Make It. I will move the design slightly to the right only because I like having extra room in this area. Click on Continue. Select the material. I will use vinyl. I've already loaded the fine point blade and now I will load the mat. Load the mat and start the job. I fast forwarded this part of the video. The process of cutting this piece took 1 minute and a half. Now I'm going to show you what width is. Widthing is to remove the extra material from the design. It is convenient to have a widthing tool on hand. Starting from the corner, I'm going to remove the extra material. In this design, I can do a lot of the widthing just using my hands. To remove the negative space of the letter, I'm using the weeding tool. When using iron on, you're also going to weed your design. Now I'm going to show you what it means to transfer. For this, you need to use a piece of transfer tape. Place the transfer tape on top of the design. Use the scraper tool to ensure the design gets transferred. Remove the backing. Here you have the design ready to be transferred to the desired surface. I'm going to place it on this spot. Use the scraper to ensure the design is transferred to the pot. Remove the transfer tape. As you can see, the design was transferred to the pot. Now I'm going to explain what a score is. The scoring line is used to make a fold. It is convenient when making cards and boxes. I'm going to show you some examples. Go to images. I'm going to type boxes in the search box. I'm going to select this one, insert image. As you can see in the layer panel, this design has scoring lines. Now go back to images. Type card in the search box. I'm going to select this one, insert image. As you can see in the layer panel, this image also has a scoring line. If you want to add a scoring line to your design, go to Shapes and select the scoring line. The score operation is available in Cricut Maker and Cricut Explorer. To score, you will need to use the scoring stylus, which work in Cricut Maker and Cricut Explorer, or the scoring wheel exclusive for Cricut Maker. For this example, I'm going to use Cricut Explorer and the scoring stylus. Click on Make It. The first operation is to score, then the basic cut. Select Cricut Explorer 2. I have the dial of my Cricut Explorer 2 on cardstock. Load the scoring stylus in clamp A and load the fine point blade in clamp B. I have the dial on cardstock and I have the scoring stylus and the fine point blade in place. Load the mat and start the job. I fast forwarded this part of the video. The process to score and cut this piece took 30 seconds. If you want to learn more about scoring, check my video about making boxes. Here is the scoring line that is going to help you to make a fold easily. Now I'm going to use Cricut Maker and the scoring wheel to score. Click on Make It. The first operation is to score, then the basic cut. Continue. Select the material. I'm going to use medium weight cardstock. Load the single scoring wheel in clamp B and load the mat. When the scoring is done, switch to the fine point blade to continue with the cut. Load the mat and start the job. The first operation is to score. I fast forwarded this part of the video. The process took 20 seconds. Now switch to the fine point blade and complete the cut. I fast forwarded this part of the video. The process to cut this piece took 30 seconds. The scoring line is going to help you to make a fold easily. I hope you like this video and you find it informative. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. If you are interested in any of these Cricut machines, I'm going to share the links where you can buy them in the info box below the video. If you are new to my channel and you like what you see, hit the subscription button, tap the notification bell so you get informed every time I release a new video. Don't forget to visit my blog, follow me on my social media, like this video and share it with your loved ones. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.